Righto, so it's pretty early in the morning, the sun's just come up and I'm heading over to the old man's place. Got a bit of exciting stuff going on this week. We've got a bike coming. I can't say what it is at the moment, but I can't say I've ever actually seen one. I've only seen photos. There wouldn't be too many left in the world these days. It's very exciting. It is a basket case in a million bits, but there is enough bits there to build a good original bike, and it does have race history, Australian race history. But we'll get further into that when the bike comes. I will let everyone know. Today we'll have a look at the engine, Ian McLeod 350 Velocet engine, and then we'll do a bit more on our 350 Velo, which is getting very close. So let's get on with it. Righto, so we're over at Al's place today to have a look at Ian McLeod's Velo engine. What we're going to do is just have a quick look around it from the outside to see what problems you can see from the outside. So let's have a look. Righto. This is a pretty original old engine. It's had a few battle scars on it in its day. It's got a big chunk missing off the bottom of the barrel there. Yep. And when you set the crank up in these, you got to set it up with zero end float. Well, this thing, it goes clunk, 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 clunk. There's a lot. Like it didn't destroy the cases. It's like it didn't blow the time and side, the drive side bearing, out of the case. Yes. Yep. So, it's got, lots of odd nuts and bolts, and it's had a lot of strip threads and stuff in it, and it's got these totally wrong head nuts on this side, and the studs look short. Yeah, they do look short, don't they? So we need to do something with that. On this side, it has the correct head nuts, which you can see those. Yep, correct head nuts. And then, as not unusual with these, to find they've already had a port job. Somebody's been into that and opened up that port, and it's not a bad job either. Yeah, they've done quite a good job of that. What sort of Maggie is that? That's a BTH. BTH. That's the old BTH Maggie, which has also got a bit of a homemade lid on it. But anyway, that's okay. Now we have seen this thing run. It does actually run, this motor. We've seen it go. It does run. We've seen it over at Broadford many times going around. It seemed to go okay, but last time it was ridden, it started to slow up. So it was parked. When was that, Easter? Yeah, so we're just going to have to pull her apart and just see what has happened. So we've got the engine and the gearbox here. Yeah, the gearbox is hard to pick up a couple of gears, which we can show you some of the reasons perhaps why in a moment. But yeah, look, other than that, this engine will be okay. It'll come up fine, won't be a problem. What do you think those two screws in the... I have no idea. I've never seen that before. There's a screw there and a screw there, and there's something I've never seen before. So when I take that cover off, I don't know what it will reveal, but anyway, we'll have a look. And also, that's been drilled out previously. That's normally just a boss there that's blanked off. But that's got a screw in it, which I'll take out, and I'll fit a breather in there, which will help it... yeah, because it does breathe a bit. They breathe a bit, yeah, they do breathe a bit, so we can help it with that. Doesn't look like it's been apart that long ago. It's got the red silicone on everywhere. Yeah, we can see that, yeah. But whoever did it didn't shim the crank up at all, so that's one of the first things we really need to do, is shim up the crank. And yeah, and when we pull it apart, we'll have a look. We'll see what the piston and bore and everything are like, and the big end and the main bearings themselves, see what they're like. And... we'll see how we go with that. So Ian's asked not to have it aqua-blast or anything like that. So no, he just wants to hydro-blasted. He wants to leave it in keeping with the rest of the bike. And somebody's rounded off the suction filter nut down the bottom there. That nut there. Somebody's rounded that off, but I've got a couple of those lying around, so we'll put another one of those in it as well. And if we're lucky, we might even find another magneto cap. Now, go over to the gearbox. Now, this is a standard sort of a Mack gearbox. It's had a fair bit of damage there that's been welded. And the linkages here are very, very worn. which will make it hard to pick up gears. Ian tells me that sometimes it's a bit hard to pick up one of the gears, but we'll put a new bush in there, and we'll check the pins and everything in here, see if we can see how bad that is. And it's had a Kickstarter modification here. It's had like a Honda Kickstarter welded onto it, but that probably suits the purpose for what he wants, so we'll probably just leave that. And the old 3-plate clutch is, well, it's on there, but it's not very good. And also, if you take that split pin out, you can pull the nut off because the thread's gone off the end of the main shaft. But we do have here, we have some more gears, and we have a good main shaft with a good thread on it, so we'll pop that in it. And we've got a good selection of second-hand parts here. Now, on one of the videos earlier, I showed you the new roller thrust washer. Now this is what they looked like when they were original. See, it's got balls pushed into it.
Yes.
And they just bird them over a bit so the balls can't come out, which that one has. But that's how that one goes together. But that's the old style Velocette thrust. That's what they looked like when they were new.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
And that piece here, that's called the frying pan.
Yeah, well, it looks like it.
It's a bit obvious why, isn't it? That's the frying pan. And that pivots like so and works the clutch. But yeah, so
what's that clutch there? That one?
That's a 7-plate.
Yep.
That's what we'll be putting on it.
Yeah.
That's the later, better.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yep. We'll put that on it. We might have to use this sleeve gear. Sometimes they're a little bit different, but we'll put that sleeve gear in this gearbox, and we'll put that clutch on.
And everything into this case.
And I reckon
which it doesn't have any damage.
No, that's a very, very good case with no damage. And this one's also had a bad modification here. It's obviously been stripped and somebody's belted a bolt in the wrong way around.
Yep, all this stuff's repairable, but
it's all repairable.
You just need the time and the money and the expertise. Really,
it's all repairable.
Repairing these cases.
Yeah, it's all repairable. But it's had another fairly major bit of weld on there as well. But
it's still in a hole. It's not too bad, really, is it?
No.
Like it isn't cracked through the centre like they do, and
I've repaired them a lot worse than that.
And the mounts are on the bottom still, they're not busted off.
Here, it's highly unusual to see these with all the original size threads in there.
Yeah. Well, that last one,
very unusual.
You put together for us, that was broken, wasn't it?
Yep.
Get it welded up.
Yep. And it's got no real damage to it.
It is nice, isn't it?
It is. That's the little wire clip that we talked about once before that holds the frying pan in.
Yes.
It goes there like that. And that goes over the top of the frying pan.
Rotating clip,
Yep. And that's the little push rod that operates the clutch. That's how little movement they got. That's why they got to be right. That's it. That's the full movement.
Yeah, not much there, is there?
No. That's how they work. But everything else is good. This is normal. Studs are missing out of the bottom. They usually don't strip. They just undo when you undo the nut. It pulls the stud out.
Yep.
So that's
excellent.
So that's about it from there.
So what I might do today is I might head home
and
get onto the 350 Hagen build again, which is dragging on. I know it's dragging on. People have been asking about it, but I will get there. So let's keep at it.
Let's keep going. Righto.
Righto, as you know, we're back on the engine plates. It's time to put these things on a diet. So what we might do is we'll start with the exhaust mount. We might bore a few holes in there. Hopefully we don't weaken it too much, and we'll just work our way around the plates and take off all the excess we don't need. There's actually a fair bit of weight here, so it should come up nice. Let's get into it. So we've got the plate here, no holes in it yet. We'll get into boring it there. Righto, as I said, the Hagen factory is charging, so we've got a heap of builds on at the moment, which we're going to get done. We're still going to finish the 350 Velo, we're going to finish the Westlake, we've got the Rickman as well, and we'll just keep at those, we'll get them done, but there's something else coming in. I can't say what it is at the moment. I said it at the start of the video. It's worth a watch. It's going to be a really good build, rare bike. Dad's going to really put his heart and soul in this one, I can tell. He's really excited about it, and he's doing a lot of research. It's got good race history and good local history, so wait for that one to come up. So if you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends. You know what to do. Bring Hagen's back. Thanks.